Thank you. And thank you, Paul, for giving us this opportunity. Raise your hand if you want to use other people's money to become wealthy. Nice and high. Thank you, team.
And raise your hand if you'd like to use your own money to become wealthy.
So today's talk is going to be on doubling your money. Think about for a second about the money you have right now. That may be in stocks, shares, savings accounts, or maybe simply trapped in equity. Now, think about doubling that money. And think about doubling again. And again. Sounds better?
Mm-hmm.
What would you do with that sort of money? Maybe you leave your job and spend more time with your friends and family. Or maybe you start a charity you've always wanted to.
If the life that you're picturing in your head right now is different to the life that you're living today, then this is the talk for you. When you can attract as much money as you need, you can live the life that you choose, one with intention.
And fear not, you're in safe hands. We've raised over £1 million of investors' finance, some of it with the system we want to talk about today.
Our journey started less than a year ago, where we didn't have any money. We didn't have the money to purchase the portfolio that we have now. We didn't know why anyone would invest in us, and we thought that raising money would be hard.
Today, we know better. We know we're investable, and so in each and every one of you, anew, new, and new. There is nothing special about us. It's all about the system.
Today, we're going to teach you how to make guaranteed interest models sexy. In a world where everyone wants guaranteed interest model, we're going to help you to stand out. So Peter, our audience might be thinking that this all sounds great, but how are they going to teach me this? So would you like to share with the audience our secret model?
Absolutely. Thank you, Julian. So there are 3 steps to doubling your money model. The first one, and you might want to write that down, it's grab the investor's interest. Okay? Grab the investor's interest.
Should we give it a go?
Tim, should we give it a go? Yes or no?
Yes.
Brilliant. So, Georgina, if
Yes.
I say to you, would you like some JM, some guaranteed interest model?
I mean, Peter, I might not even know what guaranteed interest model is, so maybe, but probably not.
Okay, let's try something a bit more specific. Georgina, would you lend me 50,000 if I pay 10% guarantee return?
I mean, I do like the idea of 10% return, particularly if I'm not doing any of the work. So I might reach out to you, Peter, but just an observation, you're being very specific and you're not leaving any space for my needs. Maybe I only have 20,000, or maybe I have 2 million. Also, by laying it all out on the table, there's no intrigue. I'm not attracted to you. I'm not intrigued to find out more. It's just a yes or no response from me.
Interesting feedback, though. Okay, so let's change it slightly and see how it lands. Georgina, would you like me to double your money?
Woohoo! Yes! Of course I would like you to double my money, Peter. I mean, who doesn't want their money doubled? I've got all these questions now, like how and when and what are the next steps? Tell me more.
Great. So team, raise your hand if you could see our potential investor, Georgina, is now more interested. She's attracted towards us and wants to find out more.
So, now we've done step 1, which is to grab the investor's attention. We're going to move on to step 2. So you might want to write this down, team. So step 2 is to present your offer. So Peter, you've got a background in sales and marketing. Does how you present your offer really matter? I mean, after all, we're presenting the same thing, right?
100%. So in my personal opinion, presenting is absolutely everything.
Okay. So how does someone like myself, or perhaps members of our audience who don't have a background in sales and marketing, how do we present to a potential investor the opportunity to work with us, to part with their hard-earned money?
Great question. Well, firstly, before you start presenting anything to anyone, I would strongly suggest to information gather first, so you know what that person is potentially interested in, so you know what to present. Now, when it comes to presentation, I would suggest to use simple models such as the KISS model, standing for keep it short and simple. It will allow you to present your offering, your information, in a simple way, which will not confuse people. As we already know, if you confuse someone, you lose them. Now, if you want to make it a bit sexier, you could use buzzwords such as doubling, included, free, etc. That's where we come into the third step, called test close. You could write that down. So test close. Test close always follows the structure. If I could, blank, would you, blank. So I will just repeat so you could jot it down. If I could, blank, would you, blank.
Okay, Peter, so let me have a go. So Peter, if I could double your money, is that something that you would be interested in?
Good try. So Eugenia did check if I'm interested in doubling my money, but eventually she didn't actually ask me if I want to do it with her, or with Paul, or with Felicity. I don't know.
Okay, so let me think. So I need to not just test interest, I need to test commitment to move forward. So let me try again. Okay, so Peter, if I could double your money in X years, give you a guaranteed monthly return of Y, make it super easy by doing all the paperwork for you, and provide you with security against your money, would you be interested in moving forward with me on that basis?
Boom. Now we're talking. So, team, remember, not everyone is going to say yes, and that's okay. Some people might want to do it themselves, but they simply don't have the time or expertise to do it. That's why they have their money just sitting on the sideline. Now, for that sort of person, they could do another model called earn and learn. We're not going to be discussing that today, but if you're interested, please get in touch and we can discuss further.
Okay, so Peter, that all sounds great, but there might be members of the audience thinking, it's all right for us, but I'm not investable because of X, Y, and Z reason. Maybe they're just starting out and perhaps they don't have any property yet. What would you say to this?
Well, I would always remember when we got our first, our second, our third, in fact even our fourth GAM loan, we've only had one buy-to-let at a time, didn't we?
Yes.
So, as cheesy as it sounds, you just have to believe. Now, a useful exercise will be to actually write down why you're investable. It could be anything. For some of you, you might be just living in the right area where people want to invest, but they live far away. Or maybe you have some spare time, which a lot of people here don't. Or maybe you just have great people skills. Whatever it is, just remember there is something in you that makes you investable. And Georgina, I would imagine there are people here who are sitting and thinking that all the things we share with them today, they sound good, but I don't know anyone with money. So what would you say to that?
I would say, don't they? There's more money right now in UK savings accounts than ever before. So what I would suggest they do is start by telling people that they can double their money. And those with money will soon start asking questions, and this way you'll be able to flush them out. I would say that they probably do know people with money, they just don't know that that person has money yet.
Great point there. Well, we've been really fortunate to be able to stand on this stage today, and hopefully we have helped at least one of you, hopefully more.
I know, I feel so grateful, and I love how collaborative this community is. So with that in mind, as you've heard already, we're having great success with HMOs, which we absolutely love. We've also had a lot of success with raising finance. We've raised over $1 million, and we've got a waiting list of people that want to work with us. And we're also working with Paul Preston on his speaker course, and we're looking forward to being professional speakers. So if any of that sounds like it would be of interest to you, and you'd like to come and find out more about what we're doing and how we're working with Paul, then please come and grab us in one of the breaks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, proud dad moment, proud dad moment. That was incredible, incredible. So there's a couple of things. I don't need to run any more live events. That was insane. Now, really well done. Really super proud of you both. I haven't seen that presentation before. So here's a couple of considerations. For someone who's running a training and delivering a high value training, there's an argument that it could be very high risk to put unknown speakers. I don't mean you don't know the people. I mean what's about to come in their mouth and what they're about to deliver. That's an unknown quantity. That's very high risk. Why did I do it, and why is it not a risk to me? Because I've taught them and they follow the system. And when you follow the system, there's no risk. That's how well it works. That's how well it works. You were sat in this room doing this training 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
First time. So this is what 3 weeks time looks like. Okay, when you put it together and you work on it and you get the help to implement and get results. Now I saw people, I saw at the back, I saw people, they're writing down your model, they're writing down the note. Exactly what I've told you. This is 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away you could be doing this from where you are now, okay? Just with the right help, the right support. This is what it looks like. Now, and also, I'll tell you a number of reasons why it's even harder, right? Firstly, you're doing it in a foreign language. Secondly, to coordinate with 2 people, it's another layer of complexity. Oh, listen, can you do what we've done so far in a second language? I mean, can you do what we've done so far in your first language? So think about that. Yeah, where we're up to so far, right? So think about that. What a great coordination between 2 people is not easy to pull off. Not easy to pull off. Less is more with the model. Can I just borrow the clicker? Yeah. So less is more, right? So it's like, okay, I drew the square with the 2 lines through, but it's a triangle.